Deep in the heart of the Australian bush, modern-day treasure hunters are searching for hidden gems.
You get the fever, they call it the sapphire fever.
You're on a hunt for something that no one's ever seen.
It's just the buzz. It's that feeling you get when you actually find one. Your stomach kind of turns over, you know, like when you're on a roller coaster ride.
How you know why pirates become pirates? When they get that first bit of treasure, go and dig it up.
Their hunting grounds are the Central Queensland Gemfields, a vast expanse of rugged terrain, over 900 square kilometres in size, and home to one of the largest deposits of sapphires in the world.
You know there's sapphires there, but you don't know what type, what colour. That creates the excitement of it.
I go to sleep thinking about sapphires and wake up thinking about them as well.
I'll be doing it until I die, and maybe even after it with a bit of luck.
A quirky community works hard in back-breaking conditions, pushing their machinery to its limits. Amongst this collection of characters and mining claims are 5 dedicated teams of diggers, all hunting for the big one.
I might ride a bigger boat.
Yeah, not retiring off that one. If I'll give you 50 for it.
Done. It's desperation if there's nothing there. You start to sweat and cry. I'm not going to eat this week.
And I was like, that's mine.
I want one the same colour as my hair.
Follow these crews through the dazzling highs
The monster man.
Come on, sapphire. Oh, look at that. That was awesome. Can I have that one?
and intense lows.
Shut it down! No water pressure!
You serious?
Heartbreak. Heartbreak.
As our gem hunters risk the heat,
You know it's too hot when Rayleigh's digging herself a cool spot in the dirt.
the rain, going broke,
Yeah, we've got to get sapphires on the table every day to be able to pay the bills.
and even their lives.
No one's going to hear you screaming from underground. You die under here easily.
All for the chance to strike it rich.
Sort of like a cricket ball size.
That big one's in there somewhere.
I'll be wearing it one day.
This is Gem Hunters Down Under.
Not a drop.
It's starting to get less shocking, isn't it?
When's this boar guy supposed to turn up?
Yeah, maybe a couple of days if we're lucky.
It's been a long time between washes for gem hunters Max and Glenn.
Oh, massive drought. And then what, a quick flood, and then drought again.
Yeah.
But that is the story out here.
Out here is the Gemfields region of Central Queensland, centred on the townships of Rubyvale, Sapphire, Anarchy and Willows, 50 kilometres west of the major centre of Emerald. The Bushies' claim is on a large cattle property, 25 k's southwest of Rubyvale. The extremes of nature have wiped out the entire water supply in their dam, bringing production to a standstill.
So, you know, it's either too wet, too dry, and this time we had a big amount of rain, 255 mil or something, 270. Had a lot of water down there and it took the ball. Took the whole damn wall, took all the water out. Water for a miner is probably the most important thing, really, besides getting the pay dirt out of the ground, because you definitely need it to wash it, because you're looking for the heaviest stuff in all that gravel. So the water helps a lot.
There are 2 main ways to mine sapphires. Hand miners use smaller equipment and can work above or below ground, or both. While machinery miners work on a much larger scale with heavy equipment. No matter how you mine, gem hunters are in search of a layer of sediment which they call wash, sapphire-bearing dirt. This dirt is put through a wash plant, which uses water to wash and separate the sapphires from the rubble. Max and Glenn have plenty of machinery, but no water.
Oh, I've got a little 20-tonne digger. She's an old girl. Been out here all its life, bought brand new. The old loader was bought out here too. It's all old stuff I got, old tip truck. Just try and fix it up, get it going and make some money of what you got.
But without water to process the dirt, there's been no income, and things are starting to get desperate.
If your machines aren't running, it's costing you money. They're just sitting here dormant.
And these friends are starting to feel the frustration.
I got to tell you, Glenn, it is having their machines there and can't use them.
Yeah, I can feel your pain, mate. I feel your pain every day watching this.
With no other way of earning money, they've been forced to fossick for sapphires left over on their lease.
Yeah, you might pick one up here, Glenn.
Max learnt from an early age the value of specking or searching for sapphires on the surface.
Born and bred out here, we used to walk to the shop with no money, pick up something off the ground, get to the shop, swap it to the dude who owns the shop for ice cream, chips, drink. You know, that's pretty much how you got into it.
Glenn discovered the appeal of sapphires much later in life, only heading to the gem fields when his kids left home.
It's something he's done all his life, but it's new to me. So all of what I've learnt is from him. So while I'm helping him, he's helping me, you know what I mean?
But with no helping hand from the weather gods, these bushies need to find something even more valuable, a reliable source of water to run their plant.
The whole dam is totally dry, brown, so I need to pump it up. You know, I probably need, 50,000 litres easy just to run it.
They've booked a bore driller to drive a shaft deep into the earth in the hope of tapping into an underground water supply.
To me, the bore's everything, really, because, you know, we need water.
It's a major investment costing thousands of dollars, and they've been waiting weeks for the driller to arrive.
He's had his problems that have been holding him up, which is holding us up.
The bushy situation is getting dire. Without water, they can't work, and the bills keep mounting up. They're pinning all their hopes on the bore driller.
I think he's going to make us or break us, isn't he?
Yeah, clear of the ladder.
Coming down.
Back in the Bedford Hill area of Rubyvale, high school sweethearts Anthony and Jodie Mifsud are heading underground.
So do you remember the glove stuff?
I got him in my hand.
These rookie gem hunters from Mackay, Queensland, have always been keen anglers. Now, they're more like fish out of water.
We'd never fossicked, we'd never thought about fossicking. To come out here and actually then just buy a sapphire mine, people are like, what? You bought a mine? Like, who are you?
So I came out here with a mate and come across the post office and seen all these claims for sale in the window. Me buddy said, just pick one and ring him. Let's just see what's going on. Let's have a look. When I come down here, I got this crazy feeling and I'm like, oh, this is me. This is me.
I thought he'd lost it. I really did. Because he'd never had a thought in his mind about it, ever. Once I heard the passion and how he felt about it, I thought, we need to do this. This is something we need to do.
They've poured their life savings into a small claim that's wedged between neighbouring properties, only minutes from downtown Rubyvale.
We've taken a bit of a punt here, given up me job at the coal mines. I've got to find some sapphires, I guess, otherwise I'm going to have to go back to work. And I don't really want to do that at this stage. I want to see if we can have a go out here and make it.
As the temperature hits over 40 degrees on the surface, underground is the place to be.
It's cool down here. In winter, it's 23 degrees down here. In summer, it's 23 degrees down here. Bit too sandy, the bugger. Very rare you'll find a sapphire in the sand. It'll be where it's more concentrated.
Searching for sapphires is part geology, part gemology. More often than not, these precious crystals are buried in the sediment of ancient streams.
When there's the big rocks, they fall down behind them, or so they catch the sapphire.
The long hours and back-breaking work is all justified by the thrill of the chase.
Eventually one day find that ultimate stone, that gorgeous stone that you can wear on a necklace or on a ring or, yeah.
That could be an issue.
Why?
Because you want to keep it.
I'm going to keep it.
The apprentice's setup is typical of underground mines in the gem fields.
I'll load and keep digging while I'm going.
Dirt is wheeled to the entrance, where an automatic hoist dumps it into a hopper in preparation for processing.
You don't don't have to dig 24 barrows a day. You can only dig 6 if you want to.
The thing is, you want to dig 24.
Yeah.
You want to dig.
Yeah, so I'm hitting this stuff here. It's a bit hard.
Well, it's hard, but it's doable.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place, Jody has turned to Anthony for help, but he's more intent on turning this into a teaching opportunity.
You're a little bit like lightning. You hit here. It doesn't work like that.
It's working, look.
It's not working.
It's working.
Trust me. Dig yourself a start point, get a nice little scallop in here, then work your face. Work it, and it'll bust out. Because usually when she's digging, I'm in the wheelbarrow and gone. And so I actually watched the dig, and it was quite funny.
But Jody might end up having the last laugh as Anthony tries to show her the correct way to remove a stubborn boulder.
Uh-oh.
We're stuck.
We're stuck.
Ready to go, mate? Bring that truck in.
Copy.
For the Richardsons, sapphire hunting is big business.
We do this to make a living. Our outlay's a lot more than what small miners are. So we've got repayments on machines, we've got fuel bills and wages and all that sort of stuff. So we've got to get sapphires on the table every day to be able to pay the bills.
It takes more than a handful of gems to keep this operation up and running.
Well, we get a couple of kilos of stone a day.
Buddy, surprised to hear your voice in that digger. Remember how to swing it? Yeah, mate.
Hard to get blokes, eh?
Mine manager Rowan is struggling to find enough staff, so he's been forced back onto the tools.
It's just hard to get people to work, you know, and we can't compete with wages like in the coal mines and all the big mining industries.
Rowan and his cousin Roo Rap are third-generation gem hunters.
Been around them all my life. My dad mined, his dad mined. Mum left hospital and went straight back to the mine working, you know. We were just babies and toddlers in prams, we couldn't even walk. And just from there we grew up. We never wanted to go to school because we spent the first 4 or 5 years just playing in the rocks and the dirt, and that was it.
A couple of decades on, not much has changed, except their playpen has expanded. The Richardsons' open-cut mine is located between Ruby Vale and Sapphire. It's almost 2,500 square metres. Over the past year, it's been dug out to around 12 metres deep.
So yeah, we're chasing the wash low, and the wash is what carries the sapphires. So we've got to strip a fair bit of material to get down there.
It's the same sediment the underground miners are digging. It's just a different approach to reach it.
I'd rather use bulldozers and excavators than a pick and a shovel.
For the mine to make money, the Richardsons need to process around 600 tonnes of material every day. So when they stop, there's a good reason.
Just come up here, get you to have a look at this. Might be a top layer of wash here, I'm just not sure.
They've only just started excavating this corner of the pit, and already it's looking promising.
I'm just starting to hit a bit of rock. Just down in the bottom there, you can see a couple of rocks just starting to scratch the top. So I thought I'll just take a load out of there, take it up the top where we can look at it. Could be something in it.
Yeah.
See what it looks like. May not be any good, but we'll just share.
Yeah.
Roo-Rat is a man of few words, but he knows his way around machines.
Some days I can be in an excavator, I can be in a loader, I can be in a dump truck, so it gets run around a bit.
To keep their gem hunting profitable, the Richardsons must stay constantly on the move. Any issue in any step of the process could prove disastrous.
Yeah, mate, we've got a problem with the screen.
Righto, mate. Gonna have to go and sort this out. This could end us for the day.
Look at the big emu tracks.
Back at the Bushies mining lease, after weeks of waiting for a water bore driller to arrive, there's finally some good news.
Hey, g'day, mate. I'm just driving at the moment, and I have the rig there at the Savo sometime. What do you reckon?
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant, mate. We best get down there and fix this road, eh?
Get the old girl started?
With no rain predicted, the bore driller is their best hope of getting operational again. If only he can get on site.
We'd go there and try and flatten it out so it can come here nice and safely, I suppose.
The track to Max and Glenn's mining lease is a little rough around the edges, and for good reason.
See, before he used to love the road being rough because it stopped the tourists coming up here and going specking on his fame.
But with a large rig on its way, it's time to smooth things over.
We'll go over here and we'll try and scrape that rough bit, just get it as smooth as we can.
That's it. And just fill a couple of those holes through his boils, you know.
I'm not a really good road builder, so we'll see.
After months of sitting idle, it's not just the loader that's rusty.
When you haven't driven your machine for a while, it takes a little bit to get back into it.
I think your licence expired.
Glenn has the job of guiding Max through the rough patch.
Tilt. That's it. Come through. Tilt him up.
It's a slow process.
That's it. Straight back. That's it. Beautiful.
Especially when they're pushed to get the job done before the afternoon.
Oh yeah, we definitely want to get it finished before he comes.
But these dedicated sapphire hunters still find time to search for stones.
I've seen 15 carat yellow specked off here.
But today, it appears Max has struck oil instead.
See when I put that down how much oil comes out? I'll have to put a bit more hydraulic oil in maybe.
You're right, you want to wax them in.
No, it's about half. Go on quick, bud. If it is leaking.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
We're stuck.
Husband and wife team Anthony and Jody Mifsud have hit a stumbling block while trying to unearth a stubborn boulder underground.
Stuck the pig. So I went in too deep without busting out. She is right, it is hard.
I told him.
So I'm going to dig my pick out now.
Just to rub salt into the wound, Anthony was midway through a demonstration on the correct way to jackhammer a wall.
Obviously, I've been doing it wrong the whole time.
Well, that's the teacher's fault, I guess. But anyway, we're learning. We're new at it. We're learning. It's hard. We're winging it.
We've made mistakes.
We made mistakes. But we'll get there. This looks good. This is the best stuff I've seen since I've been here.
We're hopeful. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Now this fella here, that's a heavy rock. Big chunk on. Not a bad sign.
And where there's boulders, there could be treasure buried behind.
Here, look, Joe.
What is it? Put it in your mouth. Give it a clean.
Eat the rocks.
It's definitely something.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Yellow. Little baby yellow. Yeah. That's a good sign. Just needed a lot bigger, but that'll do. Stone to stone.
It's a glimmer of hope amongst all the heavy lifting, but the apprentices are quickly learning the pursuit of a passion doesn't always pay off.
We've done a lot of days digging for nothing. A lot. More days for nothing than for stone.
Coming up empty-handed is hard for these first-timers. Anthony has given up a well-paid job to give sapphire hunting a go.
That little dark spot, I thought it might have been a sapphire, but it wasn't.
Finances aren't the only concern. Cave-ins are always on the cards if they take too much away.
If you're digging here and the stone's not here and it's right over there, I can't dig that now because that's my new pillar. That's my pillar to hold it up. We keep the drives skinny and straight. That holds your roof up.
Jody and Anthony aren't the first to dig down here, and they're concerned they might have inherited some problems with their 20-year-old mine.
You're not going to die yet.
It takes a lot to face this former coal miner, but to be on the safe side, Anthony's called in his mate and born and bred sapphire miner, Mitch Brown, to cast his expert eye over their workspace. And the news isn't good.
So this is the kind of thing you got to keep an eye out for. See this bigger sections of unsupported roof?
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. You don't want to be hanging out in here any longer than you need to be. not giving me the best feeling.
I have to go and sort this out. This could end us for the day.
Machine miner Rowan Richardson has abandoned his digger to respond to an issue at the screening plant.
Yeah, so if this thing's not running, you can't put raw material through our planting. So this has got to take all the big rocks out. So this being down, this pulls us up. We can't go any further.
The mobile screening plant needs to be repositioned closer to where they're digging, but the engine won't start.
I might go in there and have a look, eh?
Yeah.
This 27-ton machine is designed to handle big loads of dirt, but not the average human adult.
I don't quite fit in there. Old truckie there, he's half my weight wringing wet. He'll squeeze in there, he's old jockey. Lucky you didn't eat too much breakfast, mate.
Oh.
It's not easy to trace the problem in the confined quarters.
That wire that comes down here.
Got to be something in that line.
Yeah, I'm just looking where it goes.
What do you find down in there, mate?
Oh, a big plug. Looks like it's been all wet and mud all over it. Just give us that spray and I'll spray it.
So it's got a bit of moisture in there and obviously faulted.
Yeah.
So let's hope that's it, eh? We'll jump out of there and let's give it a test run.
Rowan's hoping a waterlogged electrical plug might be the reason behind this screening plant going nowhere fast.
Just pulled it apart, sprayed some contact cleaner in there and just see maybe that could have been the problem. If it is, hopefully it is. And it's a nice, easy little fix to get us back on the road.
It's a good start, but the screener still needs to be mobile to reposition.
Gotta go a little bit to the time. Keep going straight out there, past that tree over there.
Right.
You know, they're a brilliant piece of equipment, but yeah, moving them A to B, they're not really designed to move too far because they're so slow.
Pretty slow. That's not too bad. They steer pretty easy.
But this wide load is in danger of trimming some trees along the way.
He's had plenty of practice. It's not his first rodeo.
The screener has survived its close shave with the foliage.
I had this much and I had to wiggle it through.
Took a few branches out?
No, only one tiny little one.
It's been a steady-as-she-goes process, but the screener is finally ready to start closing in on some sapphires.
Just about to fire the screening plant up and start putting some dirt through and hopefully she doesn't fold out again.
But with all these delays, there's a real risk today's cost of production will outstrip the value of what they find.
Burning fuel, moving machines, you know, cost of labour, all that, it all adds up. I'm a bit worried that we're not going to get the dirt through. We've lost a few hours now and we've got to try and get enough through here and get it down to the processing plant.
Experienced gem hunter Mitch Brown is helping the apprentices identify problems they've inherited with their 20-year-old mine.
And actually, you should probably think about getting in there and propping that. They've obviously got onto a bit of stone and they've just gone sideways. Right.
But like if I prop this and set it up properly, I'll be able to get back in one day, eh?
Yeah, that's right.
Preventing cave-ins is all a matter of proportions.
Yeah, keep a tighter arch and you'll be right.
But the Mifsuds have more immediate concerns. They fear they've become directionally challenged underground.
You won't believe how often you're a lot further out than you imagine. By the time you go upstairs, it's so easy to get turned around down here.
It's important they remain within their own claim to avoid costly disputes.
Yep. So let's measure that out. Just call it an easy 2 metres.
15 metres underground, there's no GPS to pinpoint direction. An old-fashioned survey is the only option, and Mitch has been roped in to help.
I'm going to line this up here, Anthony.
And that lines up with your peg, that lines up centre.
I've got 85 degrees here.
I'll send you that tape through, Mitch.
Righto.
And Jodes, we have 6.7 metres.
The mine needs to be mapped and measured.
Righto. Let's go get the next one.
Until they have an accurate drawing of the layout.
This is the last one.
And this is, what do you reckon? This is where you want to go?
This is where I'm heading to that top shaft.
Right.
Then the process is repeated topside.
What do you reckon? Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good. What's that? I can't read your writing.
Wow. I can't read my writing.
What are we looking at? 6, 5, 7.
Righto, perfect. We're going off through the fence.
It's a painstaking process, but important to check they're on the right track.
All right, keep going.
Wait.
That's it.
Mark that?
Yep.
Righto, mate.
X marks that spot on this treasure hunt. Not only to find gems, but hopefully their way underground.
Mate, this is going straight to your caravan.
Regardless of any obstacles along the way.
Well, there's a drive under me fridge.
Yeah.
For the past 3 weeks, Anthony has put all his energy into digging a new drive. He's hoping to connect with an old shaft at the top of their property.
What degrees you got there, Mitch?
We're on 65 here, mate.
No, that can't be right. Is that the last measurement?
Yep.
Well, that's going to put me up here.
You're way off.
I dug for 3. Are you serious?
I'm a bit worried that we're not going to get the dirt through. We've lost a few hours now and we've got to try and get enough through here and get it down to the processing plant.
A problem with their screening plant has put the Richardsons behind schedule. But now that it's operational, they're hoping to make up for lost time and money.
We can eliminate the rocks and eliminate the sand and just take that in-between bracket that carries the sapphires and just, you know, move 60% of the dirt or 50 in some cases. We save on fuel, time, wages at the processing side of it.
This mechanical shaker is powered by a 140 horsepower engine. Dirt is moved over screens to sort the soil by size.
So Tex is just feeding the screen with wash that's carted up out of the open cut, and he'll screen it and then load it onto me and I'll, run it to the wash plant.
Rurad is the delivery driver today. He'll make multiple trips to the wash plant, 5 minutes drive away.
A lucky dip to see what we'll get and how many we're going to get.
It's hoped at least some of the 15-ton loads will be laden with sapphires.
Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't.
Many miners in the gem fields are hunting for unusually coloured sapphires. Even more so if they're dual tones in one stone.
So party colour sapphires, they're very unique to themselves. There's not many different gemstones around the world that can share 2 different colours distinctly like our sapphires do.
But the Richardsons are chasing the more traditional gems.
The blue sapphires that come out of this area here, they're second to none. They're on the top of the scale with world sapphires. They're beautiful colour.
These machine miners want both quality and quantity.
I prefer them by the bucketful.
See when I put that down how much oil comes out? I have to put a bit more hydraulic oil in maybe.
Yeah, you're right. You want to wax them in.
Right. It's going quick, mate. It is leaking a bit.
Oh my God.
It's only leaking a little bit. It's only a little bit. We'll try and get this done before we leave a big streak.
A stream of hydraulic fluid is threatening to derail Max and Glenn's road repairs as they prepare for the arrival of their bore driller.
Keep it going, keep it going. A little bit more.
What?
Go a little bit more.
A quick top-up will hopefully prevent costly damage to the engine until the problem can be fixed.
Well, you definitely want to look after them because they cost a lot more money than a pick and a shovel when something goes wrong. And if your hydraulic pump stuffs up, that could run you thousands of dollars. And if you've got no water and you're not mining, you don't want to have them problems at the moment. Backwards. Is that it?
The loader has enough oil on board to finish the job. But it's another machine that's about to let them down.
Well, looks like we're not getting the driller today, mate.
Still playing with that radiator?
Yeah, a couple of dramas. That's what happens with old machines, I suppose.
Yep. So where are we looking?
Let's go for a spec.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Throw our luck on the ground?
Yep, nice one.
Yeah, go Tomahawk way.
Mate, love to.
With no hope of the bore driller arriving today, the ever-buoyant Bushies are heading half an hour's drive from Rubyvale to an area known for its coloured gems.
They found some beautiful stone out here. Seen a beautiful pink star from here. It was pink and it had this beautiful star over it, eh? Yeah.
Fossicking is their only hope of raising some funds as they wait for their water situation to be resolved.
What do you reckon around here, mate?
What's in here? Down this gully, eh?
See if some of the old-timers left us a couple of stones or something, if we're lucky. Hopefully. You got to be in it to win it. That's what we say.
For these nature lovers, it feels like they've already hit the jackpot. The apprentices, Jody and Anthony, have just discovered they're way off course in their underground mine.
Oh, 3 weeks of digging, I'm heading in the wrong direction.
Better you found out now, mate.
Oh my gosh. And you tell me I've got bad direction.
The main thing is you haven't gone over here, because it's really hard to stop when you're on stone, and if you'd have gone through there, you would have been in big trouble with the mines department.
With their life savings at stake, there's no option but to get back to the grind and try to recoup some of their lost time.
Righto, I'll go and send this one up.
Righto.
This new direction of digging is starting to produce some stone.
I think I just found, it's just a piece of spinel. I'll taste it. It is. I just saw it fall out the wall, but the spinel really stands out because it's so dark, so it's quite noticeable.
Spinel is the poor cousin of sapphire. Despite a similar mineral makeup, it lacks the luster of the more prized gem.
It's not worth anything, but people keep it. I don't really know why.
Spotting a sapphire in situ is even more difficult to do.
They're actually quite hard to see, and because now we don't actually look for them while we're digging. We rely on our machine now to sort the sapphire.
The apprentices are virtually flying blind until they process the dirt they've dug.
Big load, this one.
Overfilled it.
Oh, mate, say I overfilled it, but it's just big. I'll send it up. Ah, the brake's slipping. I'm gonna have to go up. It's not gonna take it.
As soon as you start to get the mineral in that, that's when you know the sapphires are very close. Look at it down here, Glenn. Look at that. Holy shit.
All the way down.
That's exactly what we're looking for.
Machinery miners Max and Glenn feel they might be onto something in their search for sapphires.
All these blackjacks, yeah, well, it's just a matter of time. It's not a guaranteed science. You know, you just got to be lucky.
Yeah, there's heaps of mineral.
I reckon. You don't know. You don't know what you're going to walk up onto next. That's the excitement. And it could be something that will change your life.
They know they're in the right area, but they're hoping their luck will improve a bit further down the road.
The trick with specking is the more ground you cover, the more chance you have of finding one. So that's why you try and keep them going. What we're looking for is river wash. And there's a lot of stone through here, through Tomahawk. It was loaded in the day. I think there was 3,000 people from here to Mount Hoy in one time. There you go, sapphire straight up.
You did?
Yep, right there.
Look at that.
Oh, man. Little tiny sapphire, little party just sitting right there on the road where the cars drive up. See the awesome colour through it?
Yeah, like blue and yellow on the edge. That's right.
It's a keeper, but not quite the calibre these experienced gem hunters are chasing.
And it'd be nice if you do bring a cutter home, like we just think about a cutter. Something cuts a carrot, it's jewellery size. you're laughing. And a carrot's only, 4 or 5 mil. It's not very big. But you can find a handful of crap before you find something good. And that's just sapphire hunting.
Oh, yeah. How high you go?
Did you get one?
Yeah, look at that.
It's not a bad size. She's had a hard life, that one.
Might get a star out, a bit of solid stuff on the side.
There's another sapphire hanging off the side too. Yeah, not retiring off that one. If I'll give you 50 for it.
Done.
The more they look, the more they find.
Have a look through this one.
Oh, that's not too bad. Bit of a party, bit of yellow, bit of green, bit of star in it. They don't always come perfect. You always get a couple of little flaws in it, and you give it to your gem cutter, and they make it perfect for you, hopefully.
After a frustrating few months of no mining, Max is finally on the money again.
Well, I wouldn't sell that for under 25 bucks a carat, like that.
What's about 10 carat?
Easy.
So there's 250 bucks.
It could be eating steak tonight, mate.
Shut it down! No water pressure! I'll come down and have a look!
The Richardsons are facing another setback in their search for sapphires.
We started the wash plant up, started the main pump here, and there's no water pressure up the top, so we've just got to try and work out what's going on.
Water is a vital element in processing the gems. Without a good flow, the plant can't operate, and there's a risk the pump could burn out.
Everything started up all right?
Yeah, everything started
else was
fine.
good? Hopefully that's all it was, a bit of an airlock because that water level was getting down, so might have just sucked a bit of air. Trucky, should be good, mate. We'll come back up and give her another go, eh? We've already had that electrical fault earlier to put us back, so hopefully if this fixes the problem, we can get going. If not, I don't know what we're going to do.
Righto, mate, try again.
Kick him in the guts. That sounds better. Good stuff.
It's second time lucky for the Richardsons. The water pump is working well, and it's all systems go.
All right, we'll go get some dirt in.
The wash plant is the heart of the mining operation. This is where today's haul of sapphires will be revealed.
You know, we can get a couple of kilos of stone out of that. You're doing all right, you're making money.
It's one of the largest wash plants in the area, capable of processing 600 tonnes of dirt per day. A conveyor belt delivers the screen product to the pulsator, where sapphires are separated from most other stones.
Just where the pulsing action with the water pressure pulsing up and down, the sapphires and the ironstone and the heavy sink to the bottom.
To minimise waste, water is recycled through the dam. And if all goes to plan, that's the only thing of value that falls to the ground.
Hopefully none go out the other end. You might lose the odd one. If something goes wrong, you might lose a few, but it's not worth re-washing the material. Good to go, mate. Shut them off.
For a business focused on delivering in bulk, the operation is surprisingly hands-on. Early signs are looking promising.
Oh, there's plenty of blue in it. It's good. It's full of blue.
Roo Rat stash is even better.
That's loaded. Full. Bloody oath. Might buy a bigger boat.
It's been far from smooth sailing, but the Richardsons have found their treasure.
After them few hiccups this morning, got them rectified. We've made a good recovery, I think. I think we've well and truly covered costs and made a decent profit, so it's good.
Ah, the brake's slipping. But I'm gonna have to go up. It's not gonna take it.
The bucket and hoist is a simple piece of machinery, but vital to the operation. Any malfunction will halt the hunt for gems.
Ah, yeah, the turnbuckles come loose.
With many moving parts that can break, it pays to be handy on the tools.
Hey, Jade, it's fixed, eh? Send it up.
Come on, sapphires.
From the hopper, the dirt is fed through a trommel, which spins to separate sand from rock. Larger stones are discarded down chutes, leaving the most likely candidates to be washed and sorted in the pulsator.
That's why I call the pulsator the money box, because that's where all the sapphires sit.
After hours of back-breaking work, the processing part takes a matter of minutes.
The trommel's all done now. Just let it pulse for about 5 minutes now. Break up a bit of some of that sandstone, could have sapphire in it. It all sapphire up at the bottom for us too, which makes it easy to find in the tray. That's it. We'll shut it down and then it's time. The exciting bit.
Exciting bit. My bit. This is the fun bit.
So we'll just give the pulsator a quick wash with the water just to clear any little mud off it, make the rocks shine a bit more, make them easier to find. Ooh, I see.
Ooh, I see one. There's one in there. It's awesome.
Pretty exciting. When
there's another one. That might be a cutter.
Not big, but he's
nice.
Nice.
You see a little bit of yellow, a little bit of blue, a little bit of green.
Multicoloured or party sapphires are the most highly prized.
I love a party.
For the apprentices, there's plenty of reasons to celebrate after today's haul.
We're not in this to make $1 million, so anything we find is a bonus. It's a thrill for us to find any type of sapphire. It doesn't matter what it is. Good, bad, clear, not clear, weird shape. I'm really not fussy. I love them all.
After a week of mixed fortunes, our gem hunters have gathered at Rubyvale's only watering hole for a catch-up. Sapphire miners look to get $30 to $50 a carat for a rough stone. However, when they're cut, they can fetch anywhere between $500 to $1,000 a carat. Despite a few setbacks, our gem hunters have still managed to find some stones. The Bushies' fossicking efforts this week turned up a parcel of sapphires, which, when cut, will be worth up to $2,500. The Apprentice's mineral-rich mine produced enough rough gems which, when cut, will be worth $3,500. And after overcoming staffing and machinery issues, the Richardsons collected a whopping $15,000 in sapphires. A great day on the gem fields.